So you know how everybody has a giant alien hanging from their ceiling? Oh, just me? Oh, ever since I was a wee lad, I have had an obsession with Chronicles of Narnia. So, today I'm gonna make Lucy Pevensie's dress, but I'm going to translate it into a manner in which could be worn by rather than Queen Lucy, a King Lucian. Now the first problem is figuring out how to translate this queenly dress into a kingly outfit. One thing that makes my life easier is that this is after all an outfit from a fantasy world. Having said that, I still tried to make it historically accurate, which kind of made it hard.
These are the designs I was working with. I was hoping to reach somewhere in the middle, but first I had to make an undershirt.
I'm going to attempt to turn these two old dress shirts into something usable, so.
I started by demodernizing this shirt as much as possible by removing the collar and all the buttons. And then I cut off the bottom half of the other dress shirt to add to the top half of the other one to make it extra long. And then I lined everything up so that I could sew it together. And this process took a lot of thinking that hurt my brain. And I ended up having to, I actually don't remember what I did, but I somehow made it work.
You know that horrible sensation when the toilet lid slips from your hands? Time stops for about a few seconds and then you just get bombarded by the loudest, most terrifying sound ever and hoping that you didn't break anything. Anyways, the other shirt is done and now I'm going to take a lunch break, so goodbye.
I laid out a red bedsheet and approached this project the way I usually make tunics, which did not work at all.
I made this way too tight.
Oh, it's ripping.
Yeah, I spent pretty much the whole day trying to fix it and just turned it into a Frankenstein mess. So I decided to start over by tracing the undershirt, which fit me really well. I traced and cut out everything and then I sewed it all together. Then I cut out the front slit. And then for the sleeves, I just used the pillowcase that came with the bedsheet and cut that in half, and that worked really well. In which I was exceedingly joyful of the simplicity.
I have this silver fabric that I don't know if it's supposed to look like this or if it's just really wrinkled. And I might sound really stupid for asking that, but I'm gonna try to iron it and see, hoping and praying it doesn't melt.
Yeah, it really didn't make that big a difference, but I decided to iron out the rest of it anyways. And then I started to cut out the front and back silvery petals. Now I was going to add the flowery things too, but I don't know how to embroider and it would have to be made out of weird looking puppy paint, so I decided not to do it. Then whilst the sun set down upon me while at school, I did what all normal college students do, and I sewed sleeves onto my outfit. I fixed my dad's pants, and then I sewed the two silvery parts together, and then I pinned them onto my red part of the garment, and then I sewed them together. And oh my goodness, if you're ever backstitching something that has two layers, putting a book in between is a lifesaver. Then with little forethought, I sewed the neckline together and the top front slit. And I saw this really pretty giant spider that I really wanted to pet, and when I did, it ran away. Then I added these gold ribbons to the sleeves. And then instead of hemming the bottom, I decided to just sew a folded strip onto the bottom. And then I hemmed the rest of it together. Then my cat ate my hair, you know, as cats do. And then I added these two strings at the top of the neckline to tie together.
Before I show you the final product, I have to fish it out from this completely ordinary wardrobe. Oh, what the heck? Oh, look, a completely ordinary lizard.
I am no ordinary lizard.
Gasp! He speaketh! Surely this must be Narnia.
Can I go now?
yeah, 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 yeah.